Hey friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Because without you guys, well, I'd just be sitting here talking to myself, as my wife would always say. Now, it's game day. We're playing the Colts versus the Dallas Cowboys. I know it's not a real game. It's just a practice game, not a real game. We're talking about practice, but that's okay because we've got Jalen Smith coming on the field, and it's a miracle, to be honest with you, that Jalen Smith is actually playing already. He has been going in leaps and bounds. Don't know what to expect yet, but the fact that after having that destroyed knee, his last game in college, and being out all of last year, having the nerve issues, this is amazing. So in honor of Jalen Smith, we're going to be making true blue Dallas Cowboys burgers just for him. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some nice ground beef, and we're going to go ahead and put some stuff together with that and make a delicious burger. Now, you guys know I like my burgers and everything spicy, so we're going to use some chipotle chili powder. We're going to use some fresh pepper, a little garlic salt, some thyme, blue cheese, as well as Worcestershire sauce. So we're going to go ahead and take our beef. Now, remember one thing, guys. It's really, really important that you do not cross-contaminate stuff. And once you touch the meat, make sure that you're careful with what you touch afterwards, because even if you touch the faucet, guess what? You put the bacteria on the faucet. So you got to make sure you clean the faucet as well. And don't reuse like a cutting board for chicken and then beef and then vegetables and all that stuff, because you're going to get somebody sick, and we definitely don't want to get anybody sick. So what we're going to do is we've got our ground beef here. Right here I've got about 3 pounds of it. I'm going to sprinkle in just about a half a teaspoon of chipotle chili powder. And see, I got to tell you, chipotle chili powder to me is fantastic. It works well in almost anything. Then we're going to grind some fresh pepper in there. Some people like just using it straight out of the pepper shaker. I'm one that kind of believes in using that grinder. It's so much more potent, and it's just more flavorful. And then garlic salt, just a little bit, about a 1/4 teaspoon with it. A little bit of thyme. Thyme and rosemary are two of the other spices that I really like a lot. Goes great with beef. Just gives it that little oomph flavor to it. And then we're going to put some blue cheese in there. So that's the first part of our blue in our burgers. We're also going to make a nice little blue cheese sauce that's going to go over it. It's going to be fantastic. So we're just going to take this, start mixing it together, and then we'll put a little Worcestershire sauce on top of it as well. And almost forgot the ketchup. Jeez. This is kind of like what you would do for a meatloaf, using a little bit of ketchup into it. Just helps the burger to kind of get together there, marry up the flavors, and keep it nice and well held together. You don't want to put too much seasoning in there. You want to actually taste some of the natural beef to go with it as well. So we're going to mix all this up real good. Make sure we get it around real good, because you don't want to have one spot that's got great flavor onto it and then other ones that just have nothing. Now, I'm going to put a little bit more blue cheese in here, because see the consistency right now? I like to have a lot of that cheese. Now, blue cheese is very pungent, and when it melts in there with the beef, it'll be a great flavor. You know, a lot of people like good old American cheese and stuff on their stuff. Now, I'm an American, but I ain't crazy about American cheese. I got to be honest with you. I love Swiss cheese on my burgers with some mushrooms. It's fantastic. The blue cheese is really, really good. It just gives it a different flavor. And if you're trying to impress your friends, don't just go with regular burgers. You got to go with your true blue Dallas Cowboy burgers. All right, so we got it all mixed up there. And what we're going to do is we're going to make about 3/4 inch patties. Now, these are going to be sliders, so you're going to want to eat a bunch of them. So they're about the size of a hockey puck. Now, I don't play hockey, but I'm assuming that that's about the size of one right there. And what I do is I've got some little wax papers so I can lay out a whole tray of them and cook them as needed. So I'm going to get these ready. It looks like my smoker's ready actually for my salsa out there too. So I'm going to be making some smoked salsa. And I hope you guys enjoy these recipes. And I'm going to make a whole playlist on my YouTube channel, so that way you can see some of these recipes that I do for tailgating and stuff. So, you know, we got Jobu's True his True Blue shot. We've got Jobu's wings in there. We've got some real steak and cheese, not like those dog meat ones that you see from Philadelphia. All right, so now all we got to do is wait till just about game time. Okay, so we've got our burgers all seasoned up, ready to go, and we're going to cook those on the grill. But of course, you've got to have a seasoning, a sauce to go on top of these things. And of course, you're going to have some bacon. So when we put these things together, they're going to be fantastic. Your friends and stuff will love it. Every tailgate will go crazy on the stuff. So here's actually my True Blue seasoning here, sauce. We're going to put a good old spoon of sour cream. About the same amount of mayonnaise in there. About the same amount of cream cheese. Now there's a reason for the cream cheese here, because the cream cheese is a little thicker, and what that'll help do is it'll make it thick and kind of sit on top of it, so that way you can really pile it up on there. And you know you want to pile up your sauce if at all possible. And of course you're going to put about the same amount of blue cheese in there. So we want that blue cheese definitely. And that'll also help to hold it all together. And you guys know I've just got a thing for chipotle chili pepper. It's got that smoky taste to it. I'd like to sprinkle just a little bit of that on there, as well as a little bit of fresh pepper. And so we'll just kind of mix all that stuff up together. And what you're going to find is this is not like, say, ketchup consistency. It's actually a little bit thicker. And I really like that because we're going to put that on the burger. And when the heat hits it, it'll really kind of crust up a little bit. But you'll really and truly taste the flavors with it. And see, the great thing about this type of a recipe, you can get everything prepped in the morning, ready to go. So then all you have to do is go out, spend 10 minutes cooking the burgers, slap some of this on there with the buns, and boom. You don't even have to have any other condiments or anything to go. You don't have to have ketchup and mustard and all that stuff. You've got these things pretty much ready to go, so you make a whole tray of them and boom, set them out there and they're going to disappear. And so there, you can see, let me come on around here, you can see what our black and blue sauce. Oh, it's going to be good when that gets on those burgers. Ooh, it's going to be fantastic. And we're coming down the home stretch here. We're about an hour away from game time. I got a live stream in 30 minutes, and I got to get these burgers done. See, I've got my corn on the cob going right there. You got to have bacon with those burgers. You know, bacon makes everything better. So we get our bacon started here real quick. We've got our chicken wings over in the deep fryer. We've got our salsa ready. Now, if you want to learn how I do any of these other recipes like the corn or the chicken wings or the salsa, check out the playlist that I'm going to start on my YouTube channel, and that way you can see all the different recipes I have, and we've got all kinds of ones on here. But we got our bacon, and I wish you could smell that bacon. Oh, let me get the burgers going. And we've got the grill good and hot. Now, one thing you don't want to do with burgers that a lot of people do, and they make a big mistake by doing, is they'll keep mashing, they'll keep turning them over and over and over again. But you don't want to do that, because what you're doing is you're taking out all that great flavor. I know you're trying to drain all the fat out, but listen, if you're going to eat a burger, you got to get the fat. There's no ways around it. That's where the flavor is. That's why when you have like a really, truly lean piece of steak, it's usually kind of tough. You want to have a good marble with it. So we've got our bacon over here. We're going to flip that on over, get it a little bit crispy. I still like a little bit of chew to it. We're going to get our burgers, let them cook for about 5 minutes on one side, flip them on over, and we're going to make a medium well. Now, you don't want to have hamburger below about 150 degrees, because you got to make sure all that E. coli and all the other stuff is dead on it. But these are going to be great, and we're going to see our Cowboys soon. Yes! Hey friends, We are literally 45 minutes away from game time, and I've got everything done. I've got my corn that's nice and spicy with the chipotle and jalapeno flakes in them. I've got Jobu's chicken wings. We have some smoked salsa, and we have our black and blue sliders, a new recipe to give you guys. And I'm just waiting for the buns to toast. And man, I got to tell you, I can't wait to see the Dallas Cowboys. So this video, of course, is about the black and blue burgers. But if you want to see some of the other videos and things that I have on the corn and all that, go ahead and go to the playlist that I have on YouTube. I'm going to have that set up so that way you can see all of my recipes and stuff like that. Now, let me go ahead and say this. I'm not a professional chef. I'm just a guy who likes to eat a lot and has done my fair share of cooking. You might enjoy these, and if these are things that you do, hey, everybody does them a little bit differently. This works for me. So my buns are almost ready. We're going to start getting some plates together so we can start grubbing down. Oh, nothing I love better than game day. Got to have my chicken wings and my burgers, chips and salsa. Oh. Those are almost ready, and we're going to check out and see how our corn looks here. Let's check this out. First look, because I haven't even seen what it looks like, but look at that. Oh, see that steam rising out of there? Oh, and it's going to be just as sweet and spicy as it can be. It's going to be fantastic. Ah, perfect. Our buns are ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and actually plate our burgers so they're toasty just a little bit. Now you guys know that I am very, very spicy, okay? I like it. The hotter the better. You don't have to do it this way, but you know, you can. First we have our blue cheese, nice thick sauce for it. And see, that's why you put the cream cheese into it, because you want it to be piled up onto it. And then I, of course, like to have some fresh slices of jalapenos on there to really give it an extra kick. Now, again, for those of you who aren't really that much into the spices, it's okay. You don't have to put those on there. And put some fresh red onions. And that's it. And we are ready for kickoff. Take a look at all that. I'm Mark Holmes. This is our game day meal for the Dallas Cowboys versus the Colts. And I'll be down there live streaming in about, 10 minutes. Oh, hey friends, Mark Holmes here, my buddy CowboyJobu. As always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing.